What's up, YouTube? Photoshooty here, and welcome back to another episode of the September 2011 Deck Showcase. For everyone new here, each episode I will show another deck of the beautiful September 2011 format to show how versatile the format is, and what funny ideas or meta strategies you guys should try out. And this episode we get another of the more yeah, I would say roguish decks of the format, which is Dragunity. But this list comes with some extra spice because we are not only are we playing the Dragunity build, but also a build with Stardust Dragon Assault mode. Assault mode is an engine that was I wouldn't say underutilized, but was never that great to begin with because the engine had a lot of issue. And if we look at all the assault monsters, most of them are also very lackluster for the summoning conditions, with the exception of Stardust Dragon Assault mode. So each of the assault mode monsters has an effect that is basically a better version uh, of the monster it was summoned with. So Stardust Dragon, the normal Stardust Dragon, can negate destructions by tributing itself. We all know that. Uh, Stardust Dragon Assault mode takes this to a next level because this card not only has 500 attack and defense more, but also it can do the same thing by booting itself. But not only can it negate destruction effects, but it's an Omni negate, so it doesn't matter if the card destroys. Um, as long as it's in spell trap or monster effect, you can negate that by tributing Stardust Assault mode Dragon and special summon it in the end phase. So, yeah. Um, the card is very powerful if you can summon it out. Most of the time you want to do that first turn. The Dragunity deck is very good with summoning monsters, so level 8 synchros, so Status Dragon Assault mode should be no problem to bring out. This deck is known as a Dragunity, as a Status Dragon spam deck anyway. So without further ado, let's get to the deck profile and let's explain some of my choices. So we got 3 Assault Beasts, so you can discard this card to search the trap to some Stardust Dragon Assault mode. Um, also, it's a 1900 beta, so you can double with Ryo or run over Tengu. Uh, you maximize this, so we get Stardust Dragon Assault mode out first turn. That's the main goal of the deck. And yeah, stats are not that bad, so the card is a decent searcher, and even if we draw multiples, we can just discard it, the card with Ravine. So that's one of the strengths of the deck. Even we can do something even without bricks. Then we got one Zephyros. Zephyros is so broken in this deck. Um, it's a winged beast, so you can search it off the Gaia deck. Discarding it is pretty good with Dragon Ravine. Uh, and also, you can bounce back your Dragon Ravine to use it again. So yeah, you got a lot of combo potential with this card. And another combo, which I'm going to talk about later, needs this card to summon out Trishula. So yeah, we get to this later. Then we got double Atlas. Usually we want to go more for synchro-based strategy, but Atlas is also a tuner, so discarding the consonants is also pretty good. So we want to run two. Then Dux, this is basically the main card of the deck. So yeah, I don't think I need to explain this. This card is probably one of the most well-known Dragunity cards. Was also played in the Dragunity Ruler deck. So this is basically there to climb over by Rayana into a Stardust Dragon, but you can also do other level 8 synchros. Um, then we got double Stardust Dragon Assault mode. We don't want to draw this card because we can summon it out with Assault mode activate from our hand. It needs to be in the deck. So that's one of the biggest weaknesses. Then, for example, if we compare this with Mystical Shine Ball, which can still summon from the hand, if we draw the Stardust Dragon Assault modes, that's it. We only have one to summon out of the deck. Double Legionnaire, we don't need three because we don't want to go for the grind games with Atlas and Legionnaire that much. Most of the time we just want to bring out Stardust Dragon Assault mode. There's also some nice combo with our main tuner Phalanx, where we normal summon Legionnaire, special summon out the Phalanx, and then bounce back our Ravine with Zephyros, and we can go into Trishula. That's what you want to do the turn after you summon or start String Assault modes, because your play is very safe and you can force through the Trishula most of the time. So if you summon mode, Assault mode, and go for Trishula next turn, that's it. Yeah, Phalanx, I don't need to explain this. This is our main combo piece. Then we play one effect trailer. This choice seems a bit random, but what we have to consider here is that it's an additional negate. So most of the time our opponent tries to bait out the status string assault mode effect, and if we hold a Veiler and can negate the tour guide, for example, then we still get the status string assault mode negate, and the opponent probably wasted um, something to bait out the status string assault mode. And then we also run a small, very small level 8 engine with a malicious and plague. We get this very easy into the graveyard. It's another, and this solves one of the problems of the deck, that if your normal sum gets negated, that's pretty much it. So you still got an option with malicious and plague spreader to go into level 8, and we got foolish, we got Dragon Ravine for discards, and other cards like card destruction as well. So it gives us the option to summon a level 8 without using our normal sum. Then yeah, part of Avarice is pretty self-explanatory. Uh, Shuffling back our ducks or Assault mode. So this is our only option if we draw Assault mode Dragon, to discard it with Ravine and shuffle it back with Avarice so it's back in the deck. Then we run Heavy Storm, kind of obvious. 3 cards of Consonance for draw power, 3 Dragon Ravine. We need this card in our starting hand, otherwise we can't do anything pretty much. 1 Foolish Burial, 1 card destruction, and just in case we brick. And there's enough in our deck we want to discard. Triple Upstart Goblin for consistency, Reborn. Triple Terraforming to get, so we basically run 6 Ravines and 3 Assault Mode activate, which we run basically 6 off as well with our Assault Beast. So yeah, biggest issue is we can only summon from deck, so yeah. That's why the engine is not that great, to be honest. Has a lot of weaknesses, but it's quite fun. Then the side deck, we got a third Legionnaire, just in case our game goes a bit slower, because if we go second, we still if we go second, we still want to go for a more Dragunity based strategy. So I would side out the everything for the assault mode engine. Then we run 3 Maxi for those combo decks. We're going second. Triple MST. If we go first, we want to side those in as well, because summoning a Sword Dragon with Solemn Judgment set is very powerful. Also the warnings, just the best traps of the format. Double lands for trap back row heavy decks, so we don't lose instantly. That's why the MSTs are also in there as well. We also run double degree in the side deck, just for the back row hate. And Dark Hole is in the side deck as well. And we got the extra deck, yeah, level 5s for basically our Legionnaire play, Catast and Liberian. Then we just run Bryanek as a generic level 6. And then the Dragunity synchros we want to make, Vairayana, free off, 1 Gaia deck to search out cards like Zephyros. Uh, 1 level 7, we rarely go into this, but it's kind of there. We can actually make this with Malicious and Effect Veiler. Then we run all the level 8s. Colossal, never made this in this deck, but it's kind of there. 1 Scrap Dragon. So what I'm thinking about is that I replace the Colossal with a second Scrap Dragon. So this could be the second Scrap Dragon, because Colossal is not that great in this format, but it kind of gives you more options for our level 8s. And most of the time, the 1 Scrap Dragon was enough. So that's something you might consider. Then we run triple Stardust, because that's the main monster we want to tribute with our Sword Mode activate. 1 Fort Orla Archfiend and 1 Trishula, which you can make with the combo I showed earlier. So yeah, the deck is very fragile, but I think Dragunity is that in general. So Yeah, having the option to go into negate is kind of neat, but it gives you way more options to break. So yeah, I actually profiled the stack. I think it was last year, so you could check that out as well. Uh, but without further ado, let's get to the match and see if we can pull off the Status Assault mod combo. Back with another episode of the deck showcase. We are going to play the Dragunity deck uh, in September 2011 right now. It's the Assault mod version. So we're going to wish our opponent good luck, have fun, and we're going to start with Dragon Ravine. Unfortunately, we started with our starter string assault mode, which we definitely don't want to do because we can summon it from hand, which is one of the bigger weaknesses of this deck, but we got a pretty good start with the ducks, so we're getting phalanx and are going to declare the effect and hopefully not get maxied. So this goes through. We're going to sink into 6, so this is just normal Dragunity stuff basically. We're getting the phalanx. Now we are in a good position, so even if he bailed the Vairayana now for some reason, we could have some Plex Spreader. Yeah, we just straight go into our Stardust Dragon and we set one. And it's move of our opponent immediately. Activate Assault Mode Activate to get our Omni Negate. So Stardust Dragon Assault Mode is quite strong if we are able to summon it out. So the deck is basically to get this combo out. We hard root the Assault Mode Activate, which is pretty nice as well, but we also got free Assault Beast. So we got Stardust Dragon Assault Mode and Effect Failure in hand for 2 negations. And yeah, Dragon Ravine is set up. So our opponent's going to activate Duality, which is fine. Deep Sea Diva, Blackluster Soldier, and then Mystical Space Typhoon. That's interesting. So I wonder what he's playing. He gets the Blackluster Soldier. So on what is he on? That's the question. Yeah, deck is very fragile. We had a great hand besides the Assault Mode draw. So we hard rule Ravine, we hard rule. Oh, and he's going for the Stratos, so we are going to negate that. So Stardust Dragon Assault Mode is basically a Stardust Dragon on steroids, so we can Omni negate anything. And he comes back in the end phase. So we drew the Assault Mode Activate, which would be nice if we still had Assault Mode Dragon in our main deck. So we are going to declare the effect of Dragon Ravine. And this is game 2. So yeah, not much happened here, so we're probably playing against some kind of Diva Hero variant. So yeah, I think we're starting with Dark Hole because Absolute Zero can be a problem. We're going to side any Maxis. And now we're thinking, well, maybe we throw in also some MSTs or even Forbidden Lands. So he could be on Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. So I think I'm going to throw in one Mystical Space Typhoon, double Forbidden Lands. If he's because Forbidden Lands is such a strong card. And we're going second, so we're going to side out our Assault Mode Engine, since it's not very good when we are not starting the match. So yeah, 3 Assault Beasts out, Assault Mode Activate, and yeah, we can throw in the Legionnaire since we're going to play more of a Dragunity based strategy. Yeah, but I think that's about it. Yeah, card destruction is fine, we can brick, and we still got Malicious Plague Spreader. in there. I don't want to 30 degrees because I don't think he's playing a trap path he takes since I saw Diva first turn. So yeah. The problem is um I just saw a Stratos, Blackluster Soldier, Diva and an MST. So yeah, I can only estimate what he's on. Yeah, this hand is not that great. And he starts with a Thunder King Ryo. So we really need to draw a Legionnaire. And we actually draw Terraforming. That's interesting. So we're waiting for a potential Trap Dust Shoot. But I'm fine with him shuffling back most of my hand, so yeah. Activate Terraforming. Hope that goes through, otherwise. Oh yeah. Never mind, we are brain lagging. So yeah. So roof shocking didn't work, so now we are in trouble. But yeah, just kidding. um, I think we could go for level 8 just to get the Thunder King off the field. We still get Malicious engraved, Plague Spread engraved if this goes through. So yeah, might be an option. So yeah, we are going for the foolish play. I think this, yeah, it's fine. Because we really need to our engine to get going. So normal sum the Plague Spreader. And now we are going to summon our Destiny Hero Malicious. Now we are in a debate, so I'm waiting for him. Maybe he drops a Wing Blast or he has normal trap. If he has warning, that's really, really bad for us. So yeah, let's sink into an 8. Let's go for Stardust Dragon. Just to avoid a bottomless. So yeah. We have to Pot of Everrise as an option, so now we can activate our terraforming. I think the most useful thing here is to actually pitch the Zephyros. So next turn we got a Tuna in hand and we can pitch we can summon Zephyros with Ravine. So let's actually get a Legionnaire. So there are two reasons to get Legionnaire instead of the Dux. The first one is we can actually go into Trishula if we pitch Phalanx. And if our opponent drops another Thunder King Ryo, we got an out with Aklis as well. Even if he's managed to pop the Dragon Ravine, it can still go for the Legionnaire play. And we still got Plague Spreader Engrave, so it was fine to sacrifice one of our synchros here since we still got some follow-up. So let's see what he does. Maybe it's just a Diva, normal hero beat variant with Divas thrown in to get Absolute Zero out. Yeah, the Diva is fine. So maybe he gets at it. Oh, he plays Lostblue Breaker. That's interesting. Does he want to pop my Dragon Ravine? So yeah, he pops my Dragon Ravine. So we take 200 damage. And we draw the Veiler. That's unlucky. So yeah, but I think we can actually go for can actually grind it out a bit. Mm, so we got Zephyros and Grave. We could normal summon the Atlas, and special summon a Dragunity monster and equip it to equip the Atlas and pop one of his back rows. I think I actually like this play. But we could also go for level 6, I guess, but we don't have much that we could summon. So Gaia Daggers off the table with the Plague Spreader and Viriana as well. And making Brainek in this situation is not that great. So we are normal on the Atlas. Declare the effect. Move this to the zone. Now we use the Legionnaire. Get the Atlas. And trigger our Atlas. And we also get a bottomless, so making status here was actually the best decision, so we had to use Thunder King. Um, so yeah, now we need a top deck. So he goes for the alias, he gets some damage in. Oh, that's actually a sick draw. Depending what we draw now. So activating cards of consonants. So I'm waiting for him because it's reasonable for him to son him that. Return up the cards of consonants. And we draw Dragon Ravine, that's quite good. So we are activating Ravine and we hope that he doesn't have an MST or Gemini Spark. Because there's no doubt he would Gemini Spark that. So now we have to think. So we still get the option to make Trishula. To could also get our Dragon Ravine with that. Yeah, I think I like this play the most. So get our Legionnaire, some Phalanx, and then special some Zephyros. So we could, if he doesn't have Spark, we banish him his Hero monster, and it would also banish him the Light monster. For just in case he wants to go for Shining. But first this has to go through, obviously. Then we summon this. Now we go for Zephyros. And now we also have our Dragon Ravine back. I still think I want to keep the Veiler just in case he goes for another Diva. So I don't want to pitch it with Ravine. So we go for the Trish play. So I'm waiting for him to respond. So we banish the alias. And they will also banish the Thunder King, and then we rip one card in his hand. Oh, it's actually another diva. Alright. So, okay. Yeah. Could have banished the back row, but I wanted to get out the 0 monster when he draws another one. So yeah. So the maxis are basically, I mean, they are not useless, but not that great against the 0 list. So I think I want to go for another Naglina. Now he draws the Spark. Yeah, I actually thought this was a Gemini Spark. Barbaros. Okay, so he plays Diva and Barbaros. So it's a hero beat deck with like with a Deep Sea Diva. Interesting. That's a lot of normal sums. Yeah, actually I have to go for Dark Hole. Can we top deck a Dux? That's the question. I also can't set the Veiler because if we draw Drangavine. But I can actually set this. And now we are into top deck mode. We still got the Black Spreader, but there are not much options. Let's see if we draw anything with Upstart. So now we got some options. We could actually go for Scrap Dragon. Let's see if this goes through. Normal some Ducks. Skill Drain, okay. So now we have to look at our extract. The funny thing is, I can go for Colossal Fighter, so I will flip this. And what are we not going to need? I think we can actually get out one of our Varayanas. And we're waiting for a response. And now we are going to get some damage in. If he's got Prisoner Mirror Force, we're gonna lose the game probably. I don't want to wait. Let him draw into a Spark. And we can't make Stardust because if he draws, he can double with Miracle Fusion. He can also, if he has access to the Shining, he can also run over the Stardust with the Shining. So yeah, there's the Miracle Fusion. So yeah, he has to double now with the Absolute Zero to get rid of the Colossal Fighter. And he would have been able to double with the Stardust, so there was no point in making the Stardust. And also, Colossal Fighter can survive Barbaros. And yeah, kind of interesting that he's not attacking. So yeah, maybe he doesn't have a follow-up. But there's no reason for me to attack into an F-Zero. And he's got compulsory. So yeah, we take a lot of damage. Draw into Reborn. The question is this going to matter? I don't think it is. We can actually go for Beast King Barbaros. So yeah. for Colossal Fighter. And then we have to set the Velas. But at this point we are fighting a losing battle. Yes, so I basically got a bit baited by the divas. I thought it was more of a combo based diva hero list. So we are setting space. So we are hoping to get something going by drawing a ducks. So that's not the one. It's not the Dragunity we wanted to draw. So we got one Legionnaire still in the deck. Eco, so he gets monster. So he can search another alias. I think the third copy. I see a lot of hero players on Dueling Book, by the way. Most of the time when I queue up for random games, a lot of people play like TG Stun or heroes, so people really like Skill Drain. I mean, so he goes for the MST, we pop the Skill Drain. And our effect failure is gone. And we're not drawing into anything yet. Yeah. The Dragunity deck is not that great in the top deck war. So yeah. So we go first now. We can set back our assault mode engine. Get out all the hand traps. We need to keep heavy, obviously. I kinda like Forbidden Lands. I mean, Dark Hole is fine, but there's not that. It's not that necessary to keep in. And we really need MSTs. Those are like 12 side tech cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We set out one Legionnaire again. So yeah, we keep the foolish. We we really need to deal with Skid Rain. So yeah, let's side out the Severos. It gives us less options. And we draw Assault Mode again. But also Warning and Solemn Judgment. So I think that's fair. Go for Drangavine to get our engine going. Discard our break. And send Dragunity Phalanx. So let's see if he's got Maxi. by Rayana. And again the phalanx. Drop a Stardust, set Solemn, set Judgment. And let's take it from here. Duality is fine. Ooh, super polymerization. This could be devastating if he is able to resolve it. So he activates. So what I'm going to do is, if he is normal summoning a hero monster, I immediately need to solemn warning that. It just goes for 2 set and pass. So now we have to think. We drew a Sword Beast. If we are able to keep the hero from the field, you can't go for Super Poly. But we are still searching for the assortment activate. So we're going to make a 5. I think we actually need to make a Catastor. The Barrier is not that great in this matchup. So if we can protect Catastor with the starter string, that's quite good as well. So yes, set 1. Now we're activating assortment activate. Okay. So yeah, he is incorrect. The tributing the starter string is actually not a cost. So now if he goes for a hero summon, I can solemn that. So I'm warning that, and he doesn't have that much options. Because he can't go for a Miracle Fusion play to get a hero, to get rid of my starter string assault mode. Okay, so yeah, then I have to negate that. So he could go for the Lost Blue Breaker, or I think I got one. Going to warning. The summon and that's game. So yeah, that was the episode of the September 2011 deck showcase. If you liked the video, like, share, and subscribe. And until then, see you soon. Bye bye.